Hi everyone. Today we are going to see a Q&A session. Some of our subscribers have posted questions, so I'm going to answer them one by one. First is Aishwarya. So Aishwarya, you have stated that in most companies they're expecting current experience, what kind of jobs to look after a career gap, so companies might consider you. My scenario: 6 years manual QA experience, 6 years career gap. So Aishwarya, from your very first statement, I'm able to say that you are having 6 years of experience as a manual QA, but you're also stating that you have 6 years of career gap. So when you say career gap, that's like a mind block, okay? So it's in your mind strongly registered that you have a career gap. So don't think about that career gap. You have 6 years of QA experience, you are an experienced professional. Keep in mind that you are a mid-level professional, you are not an entry-level professional. Okay, so next question you said whether for entry level you're overqualified. Yes, because you are an experienced professional in IT, be it BQA or BA, whatever it is. You have 6 years of manual experience, right? So take that mind block from that career gap should never come again. Okay, so keep in mind that you have 6 years of experience and you are a mid-level candidate, and you need to apply for experienced level only. Okay, don't go for entry level. So, and you're saying that you're literally confused on what kind of jobs to apply. So this is what is the problem. So the vision is not clear whether you want to get into a QA or a BA. Today, right now, you decide, okay, like what you want to do, whether you want to get into a QA, whether you want to get as a BA. My recommendation is you can get into a data analyst. Data analyst or system analyst is someone who will have knowledge about business, also SQL, also reporting and all that. Okay, so that is the perfect one for you, because manual QA there is not much jobs now. So but be a plain vanilla BA, there is not a lot of scope too. So you have to have some kind of technical skills, and you need to focus on that. So you are a mid-level candidate, keep that in mind. I have been trying to take courses online to stay updated technically, but I don't have hands-on project knowledge. How do I project such new learnings in the resume? So yeah, so you're trying to take online courses, but you don't have any project knowledge, right? So first you need to focus on what kind of role you're going to do. Okay, so let's assume you're going to become a data analyst. So in that case, do you have that Jira experience? Jira is a free software. You can learn that every day. You have that Confluence experience. You need to, that's also a free software. SQL, there are multiple websites who you can practice every day. Basics like select statement, joins, these are very basic. You can also take some samples, how to, like, sample examples, how to do querying and all that. So you need to practice that. How do I project such learnings in the resume? You can always add it, like, see, nobody is going to say when did you learn that, how did you learn that. All they want you to know is whether you know it or not. Okay, so what you can put in your resume is like some kind of certifications you have done. For example, Jira basic course, or Confluence basic course, and also a SQL basic. There are multiple free courses out there, so you can also put that and certifications column, and then you can always add that you have been trained in Jira, trained in Confluence, and trained in such domains. For example, if it's healthcare, you have been trained in claims 834 file, or if it's retail, like it depends upon what job you are putting. Like you can always add in certifications or education column. You have done those kind of trainings. Because they are going to ask you, okay, so you, when they see your resume, they know that you have 6 years of career gap, but you have to always say that recently I have done such learnings and such trainings and such certifications, so I'm up to date in the market. That's what you're trying to tell them. You don't have any hands-on project knowledge. Yeah, I'm sure nobody is teaching project knowledge in the market. Everybody is teaching only tools and techniques, but project knowledge comes only, someone has to show you, okay, what they're doing in projects. So I would always recommend someone who is already in IT, your family members or friends or seniors who is already working. You need to ask them, okay, what are they doing every day? what kind of tools they're doing, and ask them to show what they're doing, and you can only just see and learn and observe from them, and then you can answer accordingly. Nobody is going to teach online, nobody is going to teach you project based, that's for sure. They are going to teach only tools and techniques, but nobody is going to like tell you a complete like brand new project end to end, right? Nobody is going to teach you. To learn about a project, somebody who's already working in that domain has to show you what they're doing. So you have to like find that a mentor, and you have to learn at least one project, recent project, and you can add that in the resume stating that you have done trainings in that domain. And given the market situation where so many are unemployed in recent experience, it's really tough for people like me to the gap how to stay motivated. Of course, this unemployment is there that's there for a long time. Okay, that's there for the past 20 years. Everybody is getting hired and fired. So how do you stay motivated? Because first thing is money, right? So when you get a job, you get money. When you get a job, you get confidence. When you get a job, it's a new beginning. When you get a job, that life is going to be very happy and breeze, and you're going to stay busy, and that's going to be a next level for you, right? How to stay motivated? Why do you want this job? What's the purpose? You have to decide if I get a job, how things are going to change in my life. Of course, everything is going to change. Okay, you're going to get your lifestyle is going to change. You're going to get ready for the job, go to the job, you're going to find new people, new colleagues, and environmental itself is different. You're going to stay busy, you're going to be with professionals, you're going to learn something new every day, and that is like a different experience altogether. So how do you stay motivated? You want that life experience back again. You're already in IT, you want that experience back. I'm sure you would like to work, that's why you're trying again and again. So that's your motivation. Money is the number one motivation for anyone to go get into a job. Next is that lifestyle is totally different. So in order to get that, don't worry about how many unemployed people are there. Okay, that's not our problem. How we are going to get a job in the market, focus on that, and then learn your skill. You have to update your skills every day and become an expert. So to become an expert, there is only one mantra: practice every day. Practice every day that one particular skill. You're going to become an expert. Today I am learning SQL. Today I am a beginner. After 30 days, I am not a beginner anymore. Right? And after like 6 months, I'm not at all a beginner. I know something about SQL. So that's how you learn. You learn from today, and you start from today, not postponing things, and start from today, start learning, write it down, be goal focused, be career focused, and then definitely things will happen. Okay. So what's the difference between you and other candidates? That spirit, that you definitely want this job. Okay, that's the spirit you should have, very positive spirit. That's what will get you the job. That 30 minutes of interview is going to be an easy breeze if you are going to have positive mindset, and then you're going to be answering most of the questions in the 30 minutes. You will be the one who will be selected, right? So that's how you should stay motivated. Don't worry about people getting unemployed. That's not our problem. Okay, next, Keerti, I think it's Keerti. Keerti has a question. In centers, they teach only theoretically, and it's been hard to get practical experience or trainings. So can't able to answer if we attend interviews, getting some kind of fear. I know most of the teachings are very theoretical outside, but I already told, to get practical experience. So if you're going to learn new tools, right, like Jira, Confluence, Agile trainings, those SQL and all that, those kind of tools, you definitely in YouTube there is a lot of practical videos. But to learn like project wise, I'm already telling you, to learn domain wise. So for example, you're getting into healthcare. What is EDI? What is HIPAA? What is 834 file? What is 837 file? What's the life cycle of a claim? And so all these terminologies, what is Medicare, Medicaid? So all these kind of terminologies, domain knowledge you have to learn. And for some kind of practical to really show you what they're doing, someone close to you, your family or seniors or friends, someone who's really actively working now has to show to you. So otherwise, no way you can see and learn things, right? So someone has to show to you that. So nobody, I don't think so. Online, nobody is going to teach you that practical project wise experience, but tools wise, yes, of course, and domain wise, yes. So they're going to teach that. But in interview, they are definitely going to ask some kind of practical questions. So in order to crack that, someone has to show you. You need to find that mentor and learn from them. No need to get fear. Okay, there is nothing to lose. An interview is always an experience, so nothing. Don't get fear. It's just a journey. You are going to land in a job one day, so there's nothing to get fear. If we apply for entry level, they're asking for few certification like BCS. So there are multiple certifications for entry level also, but certifications doesn't mean that you have knowledge, right? So that's a difference. Certification doesn't mean that you have knowledge. Certification is different from what you know. But there are, if you don't have money and you don't have money to invest, then there are definitely free certifications out there. You can take those certification and put it on your resume. But more than certifications, in the interview, I would impress the interviewer by giving more examples. Okay, tell me about SQL. I'm not going to say that I did SQL training. No, that is not how I answer. You tell me about SQL. What did you do in SQL? I'll be like, okay, let me say how I use a select statement. Let me say how I use joins. Here's an example. That's how you need to answer interview and impress the interviewer. More than nobody is going to say, okay, you did the certification, now you're hired. Nobody is going to do that, right? So instead of certifications, focus on the learning. Focus on what tools you can learn and become an expert in that, and answer with examples, practical examples. Show them what you know, like practical knowledge, right? That is what is going to get you a job. But luckily, even if you land, it's very hard enough to do what to do next, how to approach to clients, what is our responsibility in day to life, what techniques to be used when and where. Yeah. So I think if you're already having a job, you need, the observation is very important. First 3 months are very tricky. It could be very difficult for you. So what I would do is, if you're already having a job, you need to focus on what your colleagues are doing, what your seniors are doing, and then you have to learn from them. And do not be asking very, very simple questions to them. Do enough research before asking any questions, and you have to learn every day. If they ask you to do something, you need to do it. That's how you gain trust, right? In the first 3 months, how do you gain trust? If they ask you to do something, you need to do. Okay, don't ask them very simple questions and all that, because then they'll be like, okay, this person doesn't know anything. So you need to be very professional in how you communicate with them, and you need to gain trust also. That's how you have to behave when you land on a job. But before that, to get a job itself, right, there is a lot of ways. That's the first thing you have to do. Learn all the topics and tools. Okay, you're saying you are learning in centers, but that is not enough. Okay, you have to become an expert in something. You have to learn, continuous learning and practice. Okay, that will get you a job instead of certifications. And don't worry about how after we land a job. That is a different thing. You need to observe a lot and coordinate with your teammates and learn from them, and do not portray as if you don't know anything. Okay, don't voluntarily go and tell them I don't know anything. Okay, that's like a mindset people have. They voluntarily go and tell everyone that you don't know, I'm a beginner. Okay, so don't do that. Don't know whether the JD will suit us to our skills when applying to our job. See, this is a mistake. Job description versus your skills, they are different, right? So what you have to do, either you see the job description and update your skills, or you have skills and search according the job. You have to decide what you're going to do. You are very focused on a particular job description, then update the skills accordingly. Or you have only certain skills, right? You have to look for those jobs only. You have to fix on what you want to do and then only apply. Do not apply for all the jobs out there. You will get frustrated because you are not an expert in the topic, and so they are not going to hire you. So always make sure either you update all your skills and apply, or you fix on the particular job and accordingly update your skills. Okay, so these are 2 things you have to do before you apply for a job. I hope this session is helpful for you, Kirti. Next subscriber is Vicky. Vicky was saying, first of all, I appreciate your efforts in organizing this session. I'm an aspiring BA and want to know how can I transition into a BA role after a career gap. Also, what topics do I need to cover initially so that after learning those, I can start applying for a job. Please shed some light on what kind of project one should add for an entry level BA. So thanks, Vicky, for your appreciation. How can you transition into a BA role after a career gap? What topics? So for a business analyst, the first topic you have to learn is how to gather requirements. That will be your primary roles and responsibility. So how to gather requirements from stakeholders, how to handle positive, negative stakeholders, how to conduct the stakeholder meeting, what are the different techniques we have to use in those meetings, and once you use all the techniques, how to document that. Okay, documenting is a great skill. How to write a BRD, how to, if they're following agile methodology, how to convert those requirements into user stories and epics. So if you're writing user stories, how to write the acceptance criteria, and how to manage all these requirements in one single tool. Okay, how to handle Jira and Confluence. So these are some of the topics. Next is definitely SQL. So if it is SQL, how to basically get a test data, okay, for developers and testers. How are you going to use select statement? How are you going to use joins? So SQL, right, it's very, very important. Even though you say BA, plain vanilla BA, it's very tough to get a job. So I would recommend you to study all the agile topics and also SQL, basic reporting tools too. For those tools, coding is not necessary. So you can learn all those and then put it in your resume that you know SQL, you know Tableau, so you know some kind of reporting skills too. That will definitely get you a job. So just a plain BA, it's very hard to find. So documentation is one of the skill, and also maintaining the professionalism in the meeting, right? Like how to be a professional in the meeting, how to conduct a meeting when 50 people are there, how to be very professional, how to be dominating in a meeting, making sure you take control in a meeting, and how to have the clear cut crisp, how to talk in a crisp way, right? So that without that 1 hour or 30 minutes you can use effectively for that meeting. And how to exactly get the valid points from the stakeholders. Some people, negative stakeholders, won't be very cooperative. How to handle them? How to make sure you're result oriented from that meeting? Okay, do not use unnecessary. Do not initiate unnecessary conversations. Always you have to talk to the point and very crisp and clear, and accordingly you have to conduct meetings. Okay. So make sure that you learn all these topics very well, and then you kind of add those in the resume. So what kind of projects? Also domain, right? Domain knowledge. If whether you're going to apply for healthcare BA or retail BA or banking BA, what kind of company or domain you're going to apply? That kind of basic topics you need to learn. For example, if you are going to apply for healthcare BA, then everything about healthcare, claims, EOBs, 837 file, 834 file, what is HIPAA, what is Medicare, what is Medicaid, and all the basic topics about that domain you need to learn. So entry level, even though you say entry level, how your resume should have very detailed what you have learned. Okay, definitely requirement gathering. If it is agile, definitely all the agile related stuff. Next is documentation tools, and then some kind of SQL and reporting skills, and then domain knowledge. These are very, very important. You can definitely do it. Learn every day. Your brain takes a lot of time to process this information. So you can start learn it every day, and definitely I'm sure you're going to get a job very soon. I hope this video is helpful for everyone. Thanks for watching. If you have more questions, please put it in the comments. I can make another Q&A session. Please share with your friends who are searching for a job. I hope this video is helpful. Thank you for watching.